Hey, welcome back to my channel, my friends. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by, and if you're returning, welcome. This video is a part of the Craft Your Stash, and I have beautiful spring DIYs, so let's jump in. Now these are the items we'll be using for this one, and these I got from Dollar General in the in the fall season last year. It's obvious, right? It says fall. And so here I am just removing the words, remove those, sanded these down, and I painted it with 2 coats of ivory, and these are what they are. Now for the sides, I'm going to paint those with some lavender, and I think this is lavender ice from Folk Art. And I gave those 2 good coats. I painted both sides because we need both sides. But to tone it down a little bit, I added a little white chalk paint in coconut milk and just toned this down, and here they are. I also painted this dowel. I cut that down to size and painted that with a little of the mixed paint, and now I'm just using the chippy brush to just distress the sides. This napkin I got from Temu, and I'll be using this nice bucket of lavender. So I cut that out, and I'll be decoupaging that on both sides. Well, not both sides, but the 2 cutting board, since that is what it's recognized as. And then after I put that on, I use a parchment paper and my heat press to secure that, and then went over it with a little more Mod Podge and dry with the heat gun. Now that's done, it's now time to put my little crate, yes, it is a crate, together. So I'm using the 2 sides, the base of the 2 sides as the stand. So I needed to elevate that a little bit, so I'm just using this wooden cup. Got this one from Woodpecker's Craft, and I placed the base on top of that just to raise it a little. Use some hot glue and wood glue to glue that on, and now I'm ready to put the sides on. My craft sticks, I decided not to cut them down because, as you notice, they're a little short, so I'm going to keep the ends on here, and I think that was a good choice because I love it. Now to cut the holes in the top of my sides, the piece that I cut off from the dowel, I used that as my anchor just so I can drill the holes in. And here I'm using my drill bit to drill that hole, and I drilled the hole in both sides. That piece I am going to remove. That was just there for anchor. And if you don't have a drill, no worries, just cut your dowel close enough where you can just anchor it on the inside with some wood glue. Now for further embellishment, I took another piece of my napkin, and this one is an envelope with more lavender, and I'm decoupaging that on. Now once I place that down, I use the scissors to just cut open those open spaces, and then the emery board to file that down. And when you're filing, try to go in a downward motion. You don't want to go back and forth because you're going to disturb the napkin or even tear it. Next, I added a little bit more Mod Podge on the outside to seal that, and then the heat gun to just reactivate and seal that in place. Now I'm finishing with my drilling, and here it is all drilled, both sides drilled, and I'm just cleaning up the dust from the desk. And now I'm going to slide the dowel all the way through and then use a little spackle to just seal up those holes. And this is turning out so cute. I absolutely love this one. Let me know what you think about this, guys. I never thought that this would have turned out so beautiful. Off camera, I did add 2 other little pieces of lavender, as you see there, one beside the envelope and one on the side, and then just added a little bit more Mod Podge for glossing. And here it is, my friend. I absolutely love this one. Let me know what you think. Now this is Craft Your Stash, and this playlist is hosted by Lisa from Crafting My Best Life with Lisa, and her guest host is Christine K from Christine K DIYs, guys. Links to both their channels will be in the description box below, as well as a link for the playlist. And if you are new to their channel, let them know I sent you. This is another Dollar General find. This one is so easy. I'll be using a paper pack that I got from Temu, as well as paint the base of this with folk art coconut milk. If you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and thrift flips. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. Here I am just spreading some tacky glue with a small paintbrush. Now you can use Mod Podge if you have Mod Podge. And then I place the paper over that, and I'm going to use the X-Acto knife and just remove the excess. And to cut out that middle piece, I just placed it on top of the wood surface, use the X-Acto knife and cut that out. Now I want to add a little piece to my roof, so I took some pieces of small wood strip, painted that with the same lilac paint, and just cut the edge on an angle, cut 2 pieces, and then I'm going to use the same tacky glue to glue that on. And I just think that these little strips add balance and complement the color on the paper. And once I added that, now it's time to embellish. Now for the middle piece, off camera I cut a piece of foam board, a little bigger than the circle, and that's gonna be for the middle. And then I took some spring transfer, and to rub that on. Now I want to add a little shade of purple to the edge of the center, and I just took the purple marker and went around. And now I'm going to glue my thing on, but to raise that a little bit, I am going to place down some hot glue on the metal, allow that to dry, and that's going to be the buffer to place my little foam board down. And then here I am gluing that down, just using some hot glue again, and there it is, a little elevated. And to cover up that opening, I just took a piece of jute cord and glued that all the way around, and this is almost done. I made a bow and glued that at the top, and our little house sign is done. Love this one as well. Let me know, guys. Now we're on to DIY number 3. This is another Dollar General find, and I'm going to do the same like I did. Use the same lilac paint, lilac ice, I think that's what it's called. Well, before I did that, I gave it a coat, all of it a base coat of white chalk paint in Adirondack, and then painted the outer edge with the lilac. And now I'm going to do the same thing, decoupage my little envelope on, and then added 2 little pieces of sprig to the side to balance that out, and then just finish that up with some Mod Podge and dry as usual. And this one is done, my friend. Let me know what you think. Oh no, I wasn't done yet. To add a little bit more pop, I went around the edge with my ink pad just lightly, and this is done. Now we're on to our final DIY, and this one is very easy as well. Another Dollar General find. This tassel, we're going to transform this from a fall piece to a spring piece. So here I took off that little metal cap, remove the string with the beads, and we're going to transform those orange beads into purple beads. Paint the little mason jar, both sides. I started out painting with the lilac, and then I realized, no, you need a base coat. So after that dried, I went over it with the white paint, both sides, and this is what it looks like. I also added another piece of our napkin to that, both sides, because this is reversible. I flipped it over and added 2 stems and a little heart in the middle, and decoupage that on, and then just add some more Mod Podge to seal everything. My friends, if you are still here, I would love for you to give me a purple heart down in the comment section so I know that you are still here. And here I am using the lighter to just burn off the fuzzies from the jute cord, and you want to be careful with open flames. Next, I added a little hot glue to the end of the jute cord and then strung the beads, and then this is what it looks like. And to finish this garland, I just used a little Mod Podge to just gloss over that. And once I did that, now it's time to tie that back onto the mason jar. Next, I used some hot glue to secure the end, and then to put my metal piece back on, I used some fix-it-all glue, whatever I could find remaining in this tube. I was able to get a little out of that. I just put that down and then put the metal piece back over it with a little hot glue, of course, for instant hold. And this is done, my friends. I love this little garland. Let me know what you think. And of course, the end of the bow needed a little trimming, so I just took the scissors and trimmed that down. And this is done. I love this. Let me know what you think. Now, this is our scripture for today, Proverbs 27, verse 1, New Living Translation. Don't brag about tomorrow, since you don't know what the day will bring. In other words, don't celebrate about tomorrow because you don't know whether or not you're going to live to see that day. And here we are for our final reveal. Oh, I love my little crate. Love it, love it, love it. Let me know what you think, guys. And our little half moon shelf sitter. And I'm just showing you the paints that I used. If you love what you saw here today and you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so before you leave. And my friends, if you enjoy the content, so hit that like button, share it with your friends, and comment down below, because I enjoy reading your comments, and all the actions that you take on the video signals to YouTube that you enjoy the content, and that will help them to promote it to more viewers like yourself. Thanks to Lisa and Kristen K for hosting this fun playlist. Guys, don't forget to check out their channels as well as the playlist down below. And because you enjoyed this video so much, yes you do, here is another one that you can watch. And to binge watch even more, watch this playlist. Remember, Jesus loves you and so do I. And I will catch you in my next one. Bye.